right. So, what is your name?
Robert Hood.
Okay. And where and when did you start working for IBM?
1964 in Houston, Texas.
Oh, another Houston. Okay. Great. And what did you do?
I became a customer engineer.
Okay.
I just graduated from Texas A&M with a double E degree, and I missed all the interviews. And so I walked in off the street in Houston, and after an exchange with them, I accepted a job as a customer engineer, but with a double E degree.
You accepted a job as a customer engineer?
Right, which is basically a computer repairman.
Oh, okay.
A unit record repairman. So we fix key punches and cord sorters and so forth.
Okay.
And
then after there?
well, after that, they gave me the key punch pits and they gave me the railroad yard, which was what they did to incoming customer engineers. But the railroad yard decided to put in an 1800 process control computer to manage their humping yard, which was a hill at the railroad yards where they would uncouple the train at the top, they would weigh it, and they would monitor its velocity and exit speed so it would get to where it was going building trains, hopefully not too fast and hopefully not too slow.
Okay.
So that allowed me to have half a year's formal education on IBM's 1800 computer hardware, and then another half a year formal education on IBM's process control software. And so that really made my career, because now I got mechanical experience and that process control experience. Houston, Texas was a lot of refineries, would go into refineries because that's a lot of oil refineries up and down the ship channel. They all put in these process control computers. So I did this for several years, and then in 1969 I accepted a job to go to the Mayo Clinic and work in a joint development between IBM and the Mayo Clinic on attaching process control computers to patients. So one of the guys got a patent for a catheter with a thermocouple in it because we needed bladder temperature. We needed temperature. Bladder temperature was as good as anything else. After several years there, I went to New York, and then I got asked to go to Germany for 2 years to work on clinical laboratory automation. And I did that, and I came back to New York, and then I came to Boca Raton.
What year was that?
1973.
Okay.
Is I came to Boca Raton, and very shortly thereafter I joined the Series 1 architecture team. And of course, that's where I met Judd McCarthy and so forth. And so I went through that. Then after Series 1, then Bill Lowe came down, and Bill Lowe hired me to work on the low-end commercial computers that they were moving to Boca. This was before the PC. Then I was on all those task forces. I got involved with the PC task force. And then after that, then I left that team, and I was asked to take over the maritime system. IBM had a radar collision avoidance system that John Opel said he had to get rid of because they didn't want an IBM computer-controlled tanker having a mess in the Gulf. So I managed that, and then long story short, I started what was called the Arctic program. So I got funding and permission to create a process control computer on a card that would plug into a PC.
And that the Buick?
What?
Is that the Buick?
No, it was called Arctic.
Oh, Arctic. Okay.
Right. But it was the Arctic program lasted, I think, close to 15 years. It made right at $1 billion, and that's what made my career. So after the Arctic program, then I had various headquarters assignments I was lucky enough to be promoted to distinguished engineer, and I was that until I retired in 2009. And then they asked me to stay on as a what they call a DE emeritus, which no salary, but I was able to get an email and a CDA and computer and help the kids that I was helping before. So I did that for the next 3 years. And so after 47 years, I am fully retired.
Oh, wow. Okay. What are your most memorable moments then with IBM?
I got awarded an achievement award for the Series 1 work. And I said, that's great. Because they were going to have a CTRE in Waldorf Astoria. I said, I want to bring my girlfriend. They said, no. This is for IBMers and their spouses. No girl. And I said, oh, I understand. I'll buy a separate ticket. I'll buy a separate hotel room. They said, you don't understand. And so I said, okay. Next day I came back and said, Mr. and Mrs. Hood will attend. And so they said, you can't do that, you're not married. I said, you work on your problem, I'll work on mine. And so we got married, and the next day flew to New York to the Waldorf Astoria, so IBM paid for my honeymoon. And they thought it was so funny that John Opel invited us to have the CTRE dinner at his table.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
That's cute. Okay.
Thank you.
So you came to Boca, you said in 72?
3.
73. Okay. All right.
And so, and I retired from IBM at 2009,
Okay.
plus another 3 years. So I had 47 total years. Well, 44 years with IBM and 3 years as a volunteer.
Wow. Okay. So is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think I've said enough.
Okay, that's good. In Houston, did you meet any astronauts in Houston?
No.
No?
No. I was working in the oil, on refineries on the ship channel.
Okay, not the space program.
Not the space.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.